Magnus dies twice.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Batman dies twice.
Gay.
That was that has to be a
gay, or was it straight Snape kills gay Dumbledore?
The fuck? What?
That was the thing.
Why is that a thing? It doesn't mean anything. Okay. Oh jeez, now I don't remember what was happening. Okay, so y'all are okay. I'll leave in the intro I had before, even though I've tweaked the sound a little bit, which is probably gonna end up monstrous. But hey, what can you do? Anyway, Ed's making a really loud Skype call in the basement. I don't know why he has his Skype up so loud. Anyway, oh shit, where are those glasses? Oh damn. Sorry. My dad's actually glasses fell on the floor here. I didn't want them to end up meeting a tragic fate. Sean is still insistent that he wasn't aware of anything, by the way. Calling bullshit. Okay, starting off. I'm going to leave the intro I did in, from the beginning, because I think I summed up everything we did just about well. Okay, unfreeze, thank you. Okay, thank you. In the background right now, I have 1% left on our first D&D upload vid, so everybody clap and be happy. We're going to become YouTube famous.
Yay.
Just kidding. Fucking everybody does D&D now. When I first had this idea, it was relatively rare. But now it's, yeah. But y'all are having breakfast at the Inn of the Dancing Oak, which is the dumbest name ever. Stupidest name ever for an inn. Anyway, because oaks don't fucking dance. You're at the Inn of the Dancing Oak. As I said before, Liam Cord has already left. He left you a note saying goodbye. Catch you on the flip side or whatever. You're having breakfast and you are milling over the offer for this mission into the wilderness to seek a lost treasure. In the previous episode, you found and got proof of the capture of these two outlaws. Alright, so basically what this crazy mage guy, and I forget if I gave him a name or not.
He's drunk guy.
Yeah, we'll call him Drunk Guy. What Drunk Guy said is that deep within the woods, there is a ancient treasure for Yins that he wants to find. He's willing to reward you amply with a share in the treasure if you help him get there. Yeah. That's the scoop. That's what I got, man. That's where I leave you. Where I leave you to deliberate within this inn for your breakfast. Here, I'm gonna go far away. There. Far away from you all.
This chicken is delicious. Excuse me, bartender, where do you get this chicken from?
She says she gets it from the, I want to say the Green Homestead. I wrote it down.
It's amazing.
She gets it from the farm just outside of town, like the one you pass on the way in. I think that's the
Make
green.
a note to
either the green
grab
or
some
the
chickens
gold
from that farm before we leave.
Steal some chickens from the locals. Isn't that
It's
typically
absolutely
Sean's
delicious.
I don't know. You should try human sometime.
He gives you a wry look, and then because Aravel appears to be considering actually trying human sometime, she gives her an even wryer look, if that's even possible.
I mean, turkey.
Turkey is not related to human. So anyway, about this treasure. What was the guy's name? We didn't catch his name, did we?
You didn't catch his name. Give me some time to think up a name.
So the jackass.
Jackass that summoned the moose, yeah.
So if we assume he's telling the truth, which I'm not convinced of, if we assume he is, do we ignore him? Do we help him? Or do we betray him?
I mean, if it's a decent job, even splits of the treasure is fine.
Did he say anything
is
about what the treasure what the treasure
Nah.
was, or did he just describe like ancient treasure?
Nah, yeah, it's just kind of vague bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, isn't it always though?
Yeah, well, I mean, normally at least I like to know what I'm hunting for.
You know from a previous conversation that I didn't quite articulate on, but I told you basically the general gist of it, because I don't have a really good barmaid voice, and the barmaid was the one who told you about it. But she did bring up that adventurers once frequented this region. In vast numbers, like the place used to be busy with adventurers. Yeah. Just a side note.
Well, since there aren't any anymore, I'm assuming either they picked through everything or there's somebody killing adventurers. I think it's the latter.
You could ask.
Yo, big titty bar wench.
Oh my god.
Why did all the adventure stop coming, by the way?
She ignores you.
I smack him upside the head.
Again, I have to make a difference between her and the other bar wench.
There's like one.
I mean,
you've
you
only
really
met
don't.
one. You've only met one barkeep. You've only
There
met
might have
one.
Even if there were two, you
There
really
might have been a
don't.
second.
How are there two? It's only the one.
I thought there were two also, actually.
How did that confusion happen? It's only the one.
I'm pretty sure you described there being two at some point.
Okay, that's fair. Not like one person could run an inn. Yeah, she ignores you. Maybe flips you a subtle bird. That's not really a very nice thing to say to someone.
Her a compliment.
Val, just because you're not a mammal doesn't mean you're allowed to pretend you don't understand. Quit being dumb and try again. Actually, no, don't.
Forsooth,
try
fair
it.
maid.
God.
When was last adventure yonder here?
I smack him upside the head again.
She laughs. She laughs and turns around. She tells you that adventurers used to frequent the region, but the flow of them cut off. The flow of them sort of cut off about a year and a half back, due to a change in management of the next town up the river. A much larger town nestled in the heart of the haunted forest, a town known as... Sorry, trying to form the pronunciation in my brain before I say it. A town known as Styk. Probably saying it wrong.
Sounds German.
The town the town is usually the final stop, or the staging point for most adventurers in the forest. However, it seems the current management has seen it fit to employ fewer adventurers. Very little information has come back from Styk, but they know it's still there because it still accepts shipments of supplies that pass through. But not shipments of adventurers, typically.
Do we even know where to find this guy?
Which guy?
I mean, isn't he gonna be out front?
He's gonna be
after breakfast.
He's gonna be camped outside of the town. He's still by his huge steel cart with his 6 orcs, or I think it was 6 orcs.
I'm thinking I'm tempted despite myself. He seems like an idiot, and I really don't want to work with him. But I'm tempted. But I feel like we need more information. Where we're going, what we're doing, what we're promised. Right?
I mean, we could inquire, but then he might perceive that as, we're interested.
I mean, if he does decide that, and if we're not interested, then we can just ignore him.
Yeah.
Good.
Again, we can always try the bigger town up ahead.
Yeah.
Figure out why their adventurers have stopped coming.
I mean, I don't really care.
I don't know. I smell vampires.
What? I don't think vampires have. Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why you smell vampires, even with my.
Again, not
anyway.
literally.
Anyway, shall we finish up breakfast and go talk to the? I'm just going to call him Jackass.
On the topic of speaking of vampires, you hear somebody else at the bar, a hunter somewhere a little further down the bar, and his companion whisper something about the lady of making this up on the spot.
Sherlock.
The lady of the brook.
She is the Lady of the Lake's younger cousin.
Yeah.
She's more athletically toned because of all the running she does.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good one.
And burbling.
Not really.
She's actually really uncomfortable. She's just constantly burbling. All right, shall we go talk to the Jackass?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Again, what are we gonna do with this huddled mass called Valeria?
I'm pretty sure she doesn't exist anymore. I think that's the headcanon I'm going with.
Okay, yeah. Ilaria stays and drinks.
Good.
She says she'll meet you.
We'll be back when you're out of money.
Yeah, she says her head says her head still hurts, and she'll see you later. As you walk out of the quit freezing, stupid
disgrace to the species.
As you walk out of the inn, here, let me whatever. As you walk out of the inn, the sign in front of the adventurer shop, or rather, a new sign hanging out the back of the adventurer shop.
Oh yeah, I want to get some shit appraised.
A new sign that says special deals on special potions.
I got all these swords from that hideout. I want to hawk some of them.
All right.
Again, do you want any?
Not really, but I'll head in just in case there's anything interesting.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh, where's my laptop? It has the list on it. Damn it. Okay. Pause. I'll be right back with a laptop that has the inventory for the shop. I thought I was. I'm sorry. I thought it was right here. I was just gonna flip it open. I think I have it in the other room. Just a second. It's on me.
Go for
I'm
it.
sorry. I had it ready every time I have it needed it.
All right. Are we still doing the vampire thing? I love that.
I forgot about that.
You remembered? You're like, oh yes.
I forgot about that.
I remembered.
I didn't. Convince me in character, and we'll have fun with it next time it comes up.
Okay.
I apologize. I forgot about that entirely. Why is it taking him so long to get a shopping list?
I had to run to my computer and get it. All right. I also have to open the list. I'm sorry. I did what you said. Use Word documents with a bunch of things. Okay. I swear to God, if this is not the right list, I'm gonna blow a gasket. Oh yeah, it is. Like General Store is the first one. God, I didn't alphabet. Okay. Why'd I put so much shit in this fucking store? Yeah, anyway, it has a sign on the back that says special prices on special healing potions. Okay. So y'all walk into the store. So much garbage. I'm trying to work around the other garbage that's been stacked on my desk, mostly by not myself. Because my desk is in the middle of the living room, which makes it a convenient place to deposit shit you don't want to work with. Like, there's a bin, it has some dirty socks in it. Someone put a shoebox, I think it's just filled with dead socks, or maybe they're those are my socks. I didn't put them there.
Socks. What are you talking about?
Yeah, someone had socks that were mine. They didn't know what to do with, so they just put a box with them on my desk. Okay, that's why that's there. I was curious as to why there was a bin filled with socks. Or rather, shoebox, like with 4 socks on them. Dirty too. It's pretty gross. Okay, trying to see what the name of him is. Okay, the gnome doesn't have a name. I didn't get. Damn it. Okay, so you walk into Adventurers Equipment and Supply. The female gnome behind the counter says, "Ah, adventurers, welcome to Adventurers Specialty Equipment and Supply. How may I help you today? My interest special deals on health potions." She has a couple of clearly recently bought health potions.
Good. That lady over at the potion making place was gonna make me wait, so.
Yeah, it's a shame you didn't have to wait for health potions.
Again, great.
Yeah.
Again, I'll put one on at least away for me. But I got a couple of these swords that we pulled out of a mill. See if any of them strike your fancy.
Okay, what type of sword were they? I don't have that in my notes.
You told me like a couple of them were like I think like I don't know, broadswords. It's kind of like shiny jeweled ones, or.
Okay, I seem to remember there being a shiny jeweled sword and a handful of like intact like short swords and broadswords or something. Are you sure you didn't write that down? Because quite frankly, that's not on my notes because I made it up on the spot. Like you got something out of your.
I just have a couple swords from the mill.
Okay, you have 2 broadswords and 1 bejeweled broadsword with like gold and shit.
Right.
She eyes it up, ponders for a second and thinks on it, and
again, I can't use them. I don't use a sword. Hilaria, or Aravel.
I got a sword.
You got sword. You got a nice sword that punches things in the face. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling up the number for what the cost of it. Find the right fucking book. Why do I have so many handbooks?
Quote me a nice easy best price.
Nice easy number. Well, you're already fucking rich, so she's not going to give you a lot of money. Just to describe the surroundings of the store, there's a wall that has weapon rack on it.
Neither of us are particularly wealthy, but okay.
Yeah, I got like a couple. I got 40 gold. That's it.
I think someone took like a sack of gold at some point in time. I think Ilaria has some gold on them.
And she spent a couple on like wine and then beer and then passed out.
You also have
That went crazy. Yeah, I got a couple bars of Electrium, but again, waiting for something good to use it for.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'm just opening to weapon costs.
Again, we might find a smith who's looking for some Electrium or something. I don't know.
Isn't Electrium technically a precious metal?
Oh, it's your metal.
Electrum?
Electrum, yeah. I'm sorry.
It's made of 2 precious metals, so yes.
I think that the reason I said Electrium is because people aren't saying Electrium. I know it's Electrum in my heart of hearts. Swear to God. Oh, I found the price for fucking block and tackle. Okay, there it is. I'm sorry. I hate that when you're looking for something and it's like you find something completely useless. Oh, they don't have broadsword. What the fuck? Okay, so long swords. Yeah.
Cast a spell of finding in the Google universe.
She says she'll give you 5 gold piece each for the boring long swords, and an additional 10 gold pieces for the ornate sword.
Seems fair.
She also mentions that the gold and silversmith down the street could probably exchange those electrium bars for some cold hard currency. She should not really know
Maybe.
that you have electrium bars.
Again, like, yeah, we might get rid of them. Cold hard cash is easier to spend.
Are you gonna take the 20 gold piece price?
Yeah, for the swords. Again,
Yeah.
not gonna need them. Not a sword wielder, but again, I'll take that health potion. And again, if you got any spare arrows, I'll take those for my crossbow.
Okay, well, surrounding you, there's a rack of weapons. There is a rack with an extensive amount of bolts and arrows in them. Needless to say, I don't think you can carry as many of them I have on this rack. There is a shelf filled with vials labeled acid or potion of night vision, potion of dark vision. There is a locked iron crate, a locked iron chest labeled explosives. No candles near. There's a net. There's some tanglefoot bags on a shelf. There's some chalk, grappling hook, some generic adventurers kits, some antitoxin kits, and some instruments and pseudo armor.
Didn't you and Ilaria like nearly die from drinking something randomly?
Yeah, it was unpleasant. I don't want to talk about it.
We might want to bone up on some like anti-poison stuff.
On the potion rack, there's also sleeping. I don't know why I didn't write those. Buy the rest of the potions. Bandages. But featured prominently on sort of the front desk, aside from 3 fresh-looking healing potions, there is sort of in a display case a coin with a golden coin with a tree embedded on it, sort of a tree engraved into it, and some type of worm in a large jar.
What is this, tequila?
She laughs and says, "You wouldn't want to drink that. That's a troll worm."
Drink it.
Oh, okay. Is it going to turn me into a troll if I eat it?
No, but if it were a troll, it would crawl up your insides.
No. All right. Well, that's not then.
She says, "I don't know. It could be a trinket if you're aiming to go up against trolls. They're terrified of the things."
I hate foreshadowing. Well, I don't know. How much?
How much money do you have in your equipment again, by the way, Dad Frank?
I started with the 40, and then the swords will make 20, so it's 60. And then I still got the couple bars of Electrium.
Okay, so did you guys take, you guys stole the lockbox from the, what's it called? The mill, right? You guys stole some money from the mill.
Did we? I don't remember
I'm
that.
trying to remember
That
whether
was,
or not you did it.
Ilaria had it.
Okay, Ilaria has the bag of gold, but, Aravel, do you have the lockbox? I remember the lockbox being investigated. I did not write down whether or not you took. Very ashamed. It was it was a box that was.
I did not.
Did not. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying it was a box on the desk in the mill. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wasn't this the one with the white powdery substance that nearly killed them?
No. That was the one upstairs. It had a bag with gold in it.
Oh.
So that's some bounty for later. And she says, for this worm, she'd take 50 gold.
50 gold?
She says it's a rare commodity.
Arabelle, what do you think?
Hmm?
Its literal use is just in case we get up in with trolls and it scares them.
That's what torches are for.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Says, perhaps I could interest you in some healing potions then. She has 3 of them sort of displayed on the desk. A little sort of like plaque, a little like freshly painted wooden plaque. Special priced healing potions, now 50% off.
Oh, good. Yeah.
How much are they?
She says she'll sell them for 2 gold pieces each.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
Yeah, I'll take it 1. So
okay, well that's all she had.
Fire out.
Oh yeah, she gives you. She asks if you have any interest in any other potions.
Again, I was gonna say that dark vision would come in handy, but again, you get dark vision, so I'll just use you as a finding rod.
Yeah.
The other potions they had is they had a couple of jars of acid, sleeping potion, and there was no other one. But yeah, they got some. They have a chest of bombs as well. But that's.
I don't know. I'd probably set the bombs off.
You
probably would.
You probably would. More likely, I would find a way to set the bombs off.
Probably not the best thing to give the bombs to the thing that breathes fire and lightning.
Okay.
Again, the sleeping potion. I mean, is it like weaponized? So, like, if I throw it at something, or does they have to drink it?
She explains that it would have to consume this particular sleeping potion.
Again, need something that I can throw at something, and they just go to sleep.
Don't you have magic for that?
She says that if you need something to throw at something, you should buy her extra durable net.
Nets do tangle things rather well. How big is the net?
It's a large net. Like, you could probably get a knoll and a half in there.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
So you could probably get yourself and Aravel could probably both end up tangled up in this net. If they threw the net and you guys were standing next to each other, you'd both get easily hampered.
I don't know. That sounds like if a critical fail happens.
I try not to stand next to him as a matter of policy.
She explains that it's made of a very durable material. She acquired it from some adventurers looking to pay their way home. It's very durable. It's very light, and it can be balled up. So it's whatever.
I like a good net. Yeah. How much for the net?
She'll take 5 gold for it.
give you 4.
Takes it.
All right. Know how to haggle.
She looks at you and sort of looks at you and Aravel and asks if there's anything else she could do for you.
I'm good.
Eh,
Goodbye.
I think we're good. So again, the net, the health pot. You buy your own too. Let's see, potion of what was it? The anti poisons.
Oh, you're gonna buy some antitoxins.
Yeah, just in case.
All right. So
Again,
she has,
our poison nerd is a booze hound. So
yeah, she has 5. She has 5 all-purpose antitoxin potions. She tells you it's a valuable commodity. She'd normally give them 5 each, but for you, she'd give you the lot for 15 gold.
how many?
For 5 of them, and she'd give you for 5 gold each. But she says she'll accept 15 gold for the lot.
Man, how many times are we gonna get poisoned? They're useful in situations, and especially since none of us know healing. Yeah, I'll go for it.
All right. Okay, so she parts ways with him for that. As you begin to walk out, she sort of stops you and says, "Wait, you're a sorcerer, aren't you?"
Yes.
He's also an idiot.
My husband, the silver and goldsmith, can do some enchanting and analysis of enchanted items. If you have an interest, he could fly his services for you. He works in the gold and silver shop right up the road.
Ooh.
But she understands if you don't have an interest. And
I like enchanting things. Yeah, sure, we'll hit him up.
all right, that's what you want to do. Okay, so you head out of the shop, and you are once again on the streets. As you're on the streets, you see walking away from the courthouse, sort of escorted by the guards, the one-armed gentleman, sword at his side, and the large gentleman he was with.
The one-armed gentleman.
The one-armed man. One-armed man.
He's he was acting fishy in the tavern the other night, and left with some people late in the night. Apparently, I don't know. I think I told you that. I told you about some of him. I brought him up a couple of times. But yeah, he's sort of being escorted out of the town. Okay. So you make your way up the street, past the carpenters, and to the silver and goldsmith. The gnome you find inside is hard at work, sort of doing some work on a couple of chalices, a couple of ornate chalices, sort of pouring into them. He doesn't notice you come in, even though there's a bell on the door.
Okay, it's hard to not notice a giant lizard man, but okay.
Yeah, well, he's into his work.
Howdy, shopkeep.
He stops what he's doing, a little bit surprised. Hello, can I help you? He seems a little confused that you're here. Do you have some gold or jewelry you want to exchange, or?
Oh yeah, your wife over at the adventurer shop told us about you. Got a couple bars of electrium that have been burning a hole in my pocket. If I can get rid of them for some decent enchantments, that'd be great.
He sort of raises his eyebrow. He says, I at one time was quite capable as a jewel enchanter, but the process takes a lot of time and effort. So I only do it on rare and specific occasions. Is there anything specifically you want?
Again,
that we can afford.
I mean, is there any way to enchant a crossbow to shoot magic arrows?
Bolts.
He says that he's not much of an enchanter of weapons. His expertise has always been in gold and silver craft. Outside of the work involving jewelry, special elements, and jewels, can't be much help. Though if you give him a minute, he can find the exchange rate of electrium.
All right. I mean,
in his
at least I
fucking
can
book,
offload.
right where it is. I know where the. My brain is burning. I'm right by it. I know I'm right by it. I've read the page multiple times in the past. I consulted it when I made this fucking shop.
Please tell me he's screaming all these things.
He's not. Yeah, but he's sort of looking for the book.
If it said at the table, it said in character.
He asks if anybody has any jewelry to exchange or anything you would like analyzed or identified.
I got an old locket from like adventure and a half ago.
He chuckles when you say this. He says if it's enchanted, I could take a look at it and tell you what I find. Someone also may have taken some old jewelry on our last adventure, or not our last adventure, sort of adventure before last, and might still be carrying them around and maybe forgot, but the North remembers.
The what? What?
It's a Game of Thrones.
North remembers.
The what now?
You're carrying around some jewelry, like Bob, some cheap costume jewelry. You acquired it when you were in prison. And you were like, oh, I might as well take. I think it's when you acquired it. There was some jewelry from our previous campaign. That's what I'm saying.
I thought it was from the mange puppies when he was like, I survived this. I'm taken.
Oh yeah, I did do that. That was something. I do have some costume jewelry.
Yeah, it's mostly.
I handed over to be looked at.
I
assume it's not worth anything, but
he gives it half a glance, and he says he could give you some silver for it, or not some silver. He says he'll give you some copper, but he'll give you like a silver's worth. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Not going to give you
better
silver.
Than expected.
He works with silver. He's not going to just part ways.
That's better than expected. I'll take it.
Trying to find the value of a electrium bar. I can Google that. I found the exchange rate for coins, so I can do it as soon as I know how many coins go into a bar. Google it real quick. All right, so he takes your costume jewelry, and he hands back he sort of does some counting, and he hands you back about 100 copper pieces, which is equivalent to like 2 silver. Or no, not 2 silver. So like 10 silver. He points out that while a lot of it's costume jewelry, it has some elements in it that he could break down and use in his craft.
Better than I expected. Yeah. Thank you.
And he sort of pulls out a chest and he starts sort of analyzing the platinum bar while his Google search engine is trying to find swear to God, if this takes me to Electro or something weird, I'm actually gonna be pretty happy about that. That's a really odd thing. Oh, Electrum for the Bitcoin wallet. What? I knew it was a fantasy.
Okay, I would preface it with D&D, and that might help.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a real thing. I thought it was made up for D&D.
Maybe.
It's the only place I've ever seen it before.
The fantasy world and the real world are colliding.
Electrum piece. I know what that is. Electrum bar. Let's find that out. Load the fucking page. Numbers. Trying to find. I know there's an official exchange rate for a bar to coins, and I knew it at one point. He gives you a big bunch of money. That I'll figure out in just a second.
All right. What about the locket?
Oh, the locket.
I pulled it off some ghosts before I killed a god.
Indeed. Electrum coins per bar. I know there's an exchange rate. I thought it was on the same page as the stupid. Okay, so as he's sort of doing calculations, he takes a minute. He holds the locket in his hands, pops it open, looks at the pictures inside, closes it, and says it appears to have some sort of witch's guard on it. But it's nothing. It's nothing an apprentice sorcerer couldn't, pry a little basic magic and open up. It looks to him, he says, to be just a basic locket. Aside from that, he hands it back to you. In the previous episode, Dad Frank was unable to open the locket.
I wonder if a little prestidigitation will work.
You can try. He hands it back to you closed, after looking inside. He says it's not worth very much.
Wait, how did he open it?
But it seems to him that he's worked on pieces like that before, though he couldn't say for sure whether he worked on this one. Might have also been someone who knew. He asks where exactly you found it, and who gave it to you.
Where was it again? Some swamp that wasn't a swamp, but really was. I don't know. It had a bunch of fanatics talking about some mechanical god in it.
He says that if you got it from the cult of alchemy, they probably made it themselves. So it doesn't explain how it's magically locked so well. That's not usually their cup of tea.
Well, it was a pair of ghosts that handed it to me.
He sort of squints at you. Sort of like he's kind of not believing you. Because you just told him that you got it from a fucking ghost. He asks whose ghost gave it to you.
They were a married couple. One was a cat lady, and the other guy.
He says the only thing he's made for married couples over the last 50 years has been wedding rings and the occasional anniversary necklace, but never any lockets. Well, he's made a handful of those in the past. It's usually for siblings or couples who are split across or like some shit like that, that type of thing.
Mm.
He'd remembered if you made one for a married couple. And finding the exchange rate for a fucking Electrium bar is apparently fucking impossible. So he gives you the numbers for it, but I'll give it to you as soon as I actually find the exchange rate. I flipped through the entire chapter of the book. I know it's in the book somewhere because I read it in the book. I just do not remember. I do not remember the exact number off the top of my head, and assumed it would be on the same page as the fucking coin exchange, which I now have in front of me. Yeah, but he gives you a bunch. Some of it in gold, some of it in copper, some of it in silver. Just what the coins that he has is what he gives to you. There's some sort of. Why is there a scientific paper? What is this? Fucking conversions. I never use it in real life. I only fucking use it in D&D.
Again,
give it to me.
take
Fucking...
chemistry classes.
I've not taken a chemistry class since high school. I've taken
biology.
I've taken biology since.
All conversions.
Biology is just applied chemistry.
Yeah, more or less. I did some chemistry then. Not like as much as maybe I should have, but Okay, I'll do the numbers like as we go. So you head out with your new sack of money, and you go to the old man, or sorry, not the old man, the drunk dude, the drunk asshole, with a song in your heart and money in your pocket, I guess.
Okay.
All right, that's where I leave you. You can go where you want to go. You're outside of the city, so you're outside of the silver shop or whatever.
Shall we go talk to the jackass now?
All right, let me try this locket one more time. The guy said an apprentice sorcerer. I'm a full-fledged sorcerer, so maybe it'll finally awaken to my awesome powers.
As he says that, I move across the street and kind of cautiously.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to open it. Should I? I'm gonna say use mending on it if it's broken.
There's nothing really visibly broken on it.
Okay. Again, I was thinking maybe it was just bent. The lock was jammed. The lock was jammed.
Yeah, the lock was jammed, and he just fiddles with it right and opens it, and is like, it would take a little bit of magic, and just hands it back to you. No, I mean, he would do something like that, but...
Alright. Let's say if I waved my hand over it, like thus. Prestidigitation.
You don't have to say that.
But I like to.
You're a sorcerer. How do you not know that?
I like saying it though.
What?
It adds to the ambiance.
Oh my god! Just do the thing.
All right, let me try prying and open it. I mean, do I have to roll for it, or are you just gonna say yes?
I mean, you use prestidigitation. Okay, so you're trying to open it using prestidigitation, am I right?
Sure.
Okay. It opens for you. Just don't roll for it.
Yay.
It opens for you. Within it are pictures of two young ladies. One, the one that you met in the prison so many months and before this campaign even started ago. The other is a woman who looks strikingly like her, but not the same woman at all.
Is the other one older looking?
No, they as much as it is. I mean, they're kind of like ivory cutouts, but they look the same. They could be sisters.
Okay.
Cousins, random doppelgangers.
Have I met the other woman?
No.
Does she look familiar at all?
No, not at all. I mean, she does look a little bit like the one lady you met in the prison, but you know,
Well, yeah,
so
but
does the picture of the lady from the prison.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Again, if we ever find the lady who wasn't at the prison, maybe I'll give her the locket.
Okay.
Tell her how her sister faded and passed on.
Okay. You walk outside of the town and you see the moose is gone, cleaned up, and you see the orcs are sort of lounging around the cart, and there's a little campfire. A little in front of it is the fellow you assumed was drunk the other night, sitting in front of his campfire in sort of a meditative stance. Yeah, sort of cross-legged, eyes closed, tranquil type of business.
All right, I'll let you
Okay, I was just about to say.
make the interaction.
Hey, asshole.
No, I wanted to say it.
Well,
Okay.
then why did you let me say it?
I couldn't have all the fun today.
Fair point. Did he respond?
Okay, as you're talking, I'm sorry, I'm also trying to do math for gold to Electrium here. But I'm gonna put that aside. You don't need that money right now. Such a pain in the ass. I hate to. Okay, so as you ooh, a cart. That's very nice. It's like here-ish though. So as you're starting to say hi, asshole, he sort of interrupts you without looking or moving, and says, "Ah, yes, this is very good. With you in the equation, my party is complete. You have the mark of the
Okay,
chosen
that's
upon.
sinister.
You have the you have a sort of a mark of destiny upon you. Exactly the kind of heroes I need to make it through this perilous woods."
I bet you say that to all the random adventures you encounter and summon a moose on.
Only the ones who survive the moose. A smile on his face. He opens his eyes, stands up, and pulls a tea kettle and some tea kits out of his robes and shit, and starts setting it up over the fire. "You like some tea?"
Okay. No.
Uh,
Say no.
Magic tea is something I'm allergic to, so thank you, but no.
"Very well, suit yourself," says brewing himself a cup. "So I take it you've agreed to join me on
Sit
this
down.
grand adventure." But
We're not joining you yet.
is that
Let's talk
so? He said.
details. What's the job? What's the pay? How long will it take? Where are we going?
Who we gotta kill?
Yeah.
"I suppose I shall tell you my story from the beginning. My name is my name is Raul. I'm a member of a sacred brotherhood of alchemists, dedicated wholly to our craft. I traveled from a distant land in search of this great treasure. After I saw it in a dream, in a vision, I searched the records of our brotherhood.
Huh.
I searched the records of our brothers, as well as those of many kingdoms and ancient libraries along the way. I know this to be true. Within the great mountain, buried in the heart of this haunted forest, is a treasure capable of granting human wishes.
Wait,
Anything-
what? Human?
There's one human in this
Sorry,
conversation.
not human wishes.
Yeah.
Capable of granting the wishes of mortals.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
that
all
makes
right.
more sense.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I mean, there's
Racist.
The treasure is ancient and lost to time, buried within the mountain for the safety of mankind. I am no warlord or nor am I particularly fond of violence or the oppression of others. I seek knowledge.
You summoned a. Oh my god.
All right, what's your wish?
Like I said, my wish is knowledge.
Yeah, but that could literally
Knowledge
be
for the
interpreted
betterment of
as
man.
a giant pile of books, or the arcane knowledge to destroy the world.
I seek no knowledge of destruction. I am an alchemist. Ours is the art of creation.
Isn't there destruction in that creation?
Usually, yeah. I mean, Alchemist's Fire is your guys' most well-known thing.
My brotherhood has
just
never.
saying.
My brotherhood has never meddled with the petty crafts of war. My only desire.
You're just
my only desire is to find a band capable of making their way through the thick of this forest.
Right. So what's the pay?
Well, you'll get to make a wish if you make it to the end.
Oh, is it one wish for everybody, or is it just one wish, period?
As far as I can tell, that there's no limit to the amount or the type of wishes you can make upon the sacred treasure. Though I can't be certain.
And not everybody in the world is going after this. Why?
As far as I can tell, much of the knowledge has been lost to time, and that which hasn't been lost has been corrupted. Many adventurers have come to this region seeking great treasure lost in the heart of the woods. You know the specifics in nearly so fine a detail as myself.
Then why haven't you and your orc pals been able to get at it?
Well, you see, between us and the mountain is this forest that's haunted and filled with evil things. As much confidence as I have in my half-orc brothers, I simply fear we are not enough.
Gotta be honest, this is more tempting than I expected.
Again, a wish is a wish, but a mystery box could
Pretty
be
big
anything.
deal, yeah.
Even a wish.
I'm tempted to say yes, but I want to add a provision first.
Let's hear it then.
If we'd have to work out the exact details, but if it turns out that the treasure doesn't exist, or that there aren't enough wishes for everyone, or something else along the lines, we still get paid.
But of course, he says, alchemists have many gifts. Among those are the ability to create ample pay for those in need.
Isn't that illegal in your line of work?
Most alchemists would find it taboo to do such a thing. However, most would also find it taboo to seek lost treasures in the depths of haunted forests.
Why?
On account of haunted forests tend to make people very dead. And alchemists they just don't. They do alchemy.
That's quitter talk.
I mean, that's kind of the point. That's what he's saying.
When you say this. Those of my brotherhood feared to set foot outside of their academy. I seek the knowledge, the betterment of mankind.
Okay.
I mean, I'm down. If you are.
Yeah. Pending
either a wish or a big payoff. With
we'll have to discuss details on exactly how much to make and exactly or how much we get paid if there isn't a wish and in what circumstances that activates. And if you try to kill us again, I'm out. No questions asked, so don't do it.
He smiles. Very well. One issue remains. I
Sounds
I,
like it's
I
knocking. Knock,
is
knock,
someone
knocking on heaven's door.
knocking on heaven's door?
Mm.
Is
What?
someone
I thought it was on your end.
ding dong ditching on heaven's door? There's an issue at hand. It seems that there are limited avenues of access to the depths of the forest. In the outskirts, it's thin enough, but me and my orcs have been prodding the edge of it for quite some time, and the deeper you get, the thicker and more sinister it becomes. As far as I can
Yeah.
tell, there are only two routes to the heart of the forest. Okay. Here go my words. I'm sorry. Yond babbling brook, or, well, we could fly, I guess, but I don't really have any way to do that. I've heard.
Well, then we can't fly, then can we?
I've heard rumors of hunters and foresters who claim to be able to navigate the forest through hidden paths. But I've never.
Those are all con men. Don't buy into them. They set you out halfway and then leave you.
I feared as much. Though I've heard some convincing tales. As far as I can tell, the only route forward would be to hitch a ferry and hitch a ferry at would
The
be to
ones that
hitch a
cross
ferry
rivers, not with wings, right?
Yeah, would be to
Yeah, I
to
gotcha.
hitch a ride with the ferry at the halfling's warehouse, not far from here. As far as I can tell, it's the only boat service that will take us up the river to the next town. If you could persuade words. However,
Halfling's warehouse.
Yeah.
I hear that place is always 50% off.
Oh my
you've asked it this.
God.
However,
You're insufferable. Why am I still here?
However, it seems I've developed
Because
a
of
bit
my
of a
high charisma score.
it
Right.
seems I've developed a bit of a bitter reputation as the people at the warehouse weren't even interested in beginning negotiations with me. It seems they heard about the moose incident. I tried to assure the men at the door that I'd leave my moose and my cart behind, but they were simply not interested. Something about having to ship a shipment of supplies up the river and having a limited amount of time to put them together.
Sounds like they think you're an asshole. So we'll disguise you, and we'll buy the ticket, and that way everybody will be cool.
Very well. I have matches. I have the matches of the spirit to attend to. How about you and your ilk settle this matter of business for me? I'll join you as soon as you've made the necessary preparation.
What do I want to wish for?
Two hay pennies.
No.
By the way, have you moused over his little thing?
Who's
Rouse.
row? Fight the power. I don't get it.
Oh no! The
I'm sorry.
Tenjitopa Gurren Lagann.
I don't get it.
Oh.
I'm a failure as a nerd. I apologize.
Yes, you are. Hold on, I will fix this. I will remedy this.
I'm totally not going through the Dungeon Master's Guide looking for good things to wish for.
Like, max level?
Too risky. I'm thinking more of an uncommon or a rare magic item.
Draconic pet? Or can rangers only have pets?
I don't really like pets. Actually, the real problem is that what my character would wish for would remove her from the campaign, so that's kind of something I'm trying to figure out how to avoid. Because her entire thing is that she's basically a psychopath and doesn't want to be.
For Christians to retake Jerusalem?
No. No, nothing good would come of. No one wants that. The Christians don't even want that. No one wins.
We can't let the Saracens stay there.
Those don't exist any. They. Stop it. I might just give us resistance to physical damage. That might be the best wish, actually. Which is so boring. But
I was going to say magic tunics or something.
So
Prevent,
the way wish works is there's a list of things that you can wish for that are like guaranteed to work. And then technically you can wish for anything, but it's risky. So if you wish for something that isn't on that list, then there's a chance that it might go wrong, or the DM might screw with you, or you might like never be able to use wish again type stuff.
Gotcha.
So one of the generic effects is you and up to 10 creatures you can see gain resistance to a damage type of your choice, which is permanently, and not magic. It's not something you can dispel, so that's really, really good. And there's no chance of it going wrong, so it's really powerful. But it's also really boring. Just like, hello. I wish for taking less damage from physical damage or fire. Probably physical. Physical is probably best.
Yeah, it's most common.
Or I could get some sort of fancy magic weapon, but there's the risk of that going wrong.
Yeah.
Or I could wish to be mentally healthy, in which case my character would just retire and go back to her son. So I don't know.
Again, I like not being able to be hurt by physical damage or something specific.
Only resistance. Immunity is if I was running the game and someone asked for immunity to a damage type, I would screw with them so hard. Congratulations, you're made of stone. Have fun being a statue. Oh, did you think I said golem? No, I said statue.
It's like, I want to remain as young and beautiful as I am now. Great, stone statue.
Congratulations.
You'll look lovely in marble. I was gonna say, nah, there's not really any magic weapons, super powerful like amulets or anything. Is there anything like a Grimorum to like instantly learn like higher spells or anything like that?
There might be like staffs or something, but those don't learn you higher level spells. They just let you cast spells through the staff rather than through yourself, which is still potentially good. I'm assuming that all of this will be cut out of the video because it would be the most boring thing if it isn't.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a Sphere of Annihilation. I forgot about it.
Okay, what does that do?
Annihilate things.
Obviously, but like, is it a object like you hold it up and be like, destroy, or is it just something?
It is a sphere, and anything that it touches is destroyed.
Oh, all right. So, not hold it.
You can move it with your mind, and that's about it.
Gotcha. Wait, is it like one hit kill things and then it's destroyed, or is it like it touches something?
It's a magical black hole.
Ah,
It
okay.
consumes anything except for like artifacts and Tarrasques.
All right. What is
That could
that?
be fun.
What's a Tarrasque?
Do we have a Tarrasque? It's the most famous, insane, overpowered monster in D&D. It's basically indestructible to everything. It takes a wish spell to kill it. Like in order to kill it, you have to fight it, bring it down to 0 health, and then use a wish spell to finish the job. It's legendarily and intentionally overpowered and resistant to everything. Staff of Charming, Staff of Fire, Staff of Frost, Staff of Healing, Staff of Power, Staff of Swarming Insects, the Adder, Staff of the Magi. Lots of staves. Talisman of Ultimate Evil.
Yeah, but I'm not evil. I'm just misunderstood.
Sword of Answering. What?
What is that?
I don't know. I've never heard of it before.
All right. The Sword of Answering?
Sword of Answering. So it's a +3 sword. And okay, anytime a creature deals damage to you, you can use your reaction to smack it with advantage, which is actually really good. Sword of Sharpness, which is also really good, but has a boring name.
That does it, yeah.
It maxes your damage dealt.
What? It's water. What?
Well, it's more powerful than water.
No, but water is the universal solvent. What?
The liquid instantly dissolves. The liquid instantly dissolves up to 1 square foot of adhesive that it touches, including sovereign glue. But why is it legendary? It's what? Internet, explain.
That sounds. Again, you can do the same thing.
It's a useful item, but it's not legendary. Reddit has a thing. Why is it?
You can do the same thing by just submerging it in water. That'll take it off pretty well.
The thing is that it works on anything, including things that are like magic. So it's useful, but it's so situational.
Hey,
why?
How many coins per pound? Again, Dad Frank, you gave a number before.
It was 20. It was 25. Again, what's a bar or two half bars worth, which is basically just a bar.
Reddit says if it were any cheaper / more common, your characters would find some way to ruin your game.
Okay.
Sovereign glue being legendary makes a little bit of sense because there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, it's just something is stuck to something else.
Yes, sovereign glue is super glue that's can only be removed by universal solvent, which is good, but But why is universal solvent legendary? That just makes no sense.
I mean, it sounds like it's a thing from the manufacturer that they said, all right, hey, this glue is invincible except in this situation. Let's destroy all of that ingredient. Again, we'll keep some and we'll sell it at a premium in case somebody super glues their face to somebody else's face.
All right, so you received 275 gold for that those 2 Electrium bars.
Okay.
Which is actually a pretty tight exchange, if my math is right. If not, then fuck me. But
no, I don't want to.
200 and what?
Offering you, Microbe. 275 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. My apologies for misunderstanding.
All right, so I'm ready to get back into it if the rest of you are. Sorry, I just needed.
I am ready.
I just needed a bio brick. Sorry. All right. So y'all losers just got told please settle business with the fairy dude if that's what you're gonna do. Okay. One of the orcs, who you take to be the leader, one of the half-orcs, rather. Like, Jesus, what was that? No! Stop flying away! Stop that! Why
Get him
is
off
it...
the pad.
I don't know why it was doing that. I'm sorry, I was transfixed. I had to watch for a second. I don't know why he was flying everywhere for no reason. Like, for a second there, he, like, popped up into my face. Okay. He approaches you and gives you some basic directions. You know, basically, you know, oh yeah, follow the trail, the sort of that dirt trail. The brook's not far away. The access to the brook is not far away. The stream is not far away. Good luck with the old man who keeps the ferry across the river. He's not a very nice dude. And also he works for the what's it called? He works for the warehouse. His job is basically to take people across and whatnot.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
not nice
thing one.
dude. He points his way there. He introduces himself as Rick, but you can call him Half-Foot, as
Already?
all of his friends
Oh.
do.
Half-Foot?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him Rick.
I'm gonna call him Pickle Rick.
You better not. Can we not bring that cancerous meme up in another video, please? You know, the first time it was funny because the joke was that Pickle Rick was bad. Second time it is a Pickle Rick joke, and so therefore it is bad. So can we please not? Please, please, in the name of all that is holy, let's keep that fandom out of our sandom, okay? Okay. So you walk a little bit of ways away, sort of toward the sound of water. You walk the trail that you are headed down walks past the farmhouse, the Miller farmhouse, the one that the innkeeper gets the chickens and the eggs from.
Delicious.
Oh yeah, let's steal a couple.
No.
All right. You keep going past the Miller farm. You know, some people working in the backyard, some migrant types. You get to the stream. It's a wider and, you know, faster flowing stream than you anticipated. But you can see that it would be quite possible to, at least at this point, to roll a longboat up it. Not, when I say a longboat, I hope I mean the right type of boat.
You mean like a rowboat?
More likely it's like a boat that you stick the pole in the bottom of the river and push yourself forward. It would likely be more efficient than consistently rowing against. All right.
Like a gondola?
There's a little hut and like a little dock right by the river, and on the other side is a large-ish, not a huge one, but it's big for what you've seen so far, warehouse with sort of a gate that opens on the water. It looks like there's some low water in a little chamber on the inside, sort of a boathouse type of situation. The chipped paint on the sort of the upper part of the warehouse above the entryways reads Dan the Halfling's goods transportation services.
Okay.
There is outside of the shack, there is sort of a small boat. You know, there's a small boat that could carry a couple of people, and an old man is sitting on a stool, sort of smoking. He looks half asleep.
Again, do I see anybody else in the vicinity?
Nope, just this old wrinkly withered-looking dude.
Well, I mean, besides Arabelle.
Aw.
All right. Let's go talk to the sleeping guy. Because, I mean, sleeping dogs don't bite, right?
I've never heard that anyone say that.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, they're asleep.
I mean, sure, yeah, I don't disagree. I've just never heard that said by a real person.
All right. We walk over. Hey, old timer.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Your casual speaking voice is too quiet for him.
I use my uncasual speaking voice. Good day, sir.
He sort of sits up with half a start. He's like, eh? Oh, who's there? He sort of squints at you, pulls out some broken spectacles, and sort of squints at you through the spectacles that aren't helping him as much as they seem to be. Who are you? He says, and what do you want?
Trying to book a ferry ride across for myself, the elf, and some half orcs, and a guy.
I don't take people up the stream. For that, you're gonna have to talk to the boss. But it seems to me he's not gonna want to talk to you.
No,
you guys are out. You guys are outsiders, aren't you?
Well, isn't everybody who's not
like
here?
Money?
Pardon me, you both spoke at the same time, so you came through all glitchy like on the call.
Alright,
Wasn't that funny? Come on, guys, get a hold of yourselves.
You didn't laugh.
Well, one of you just snorted like you were laughing.
I mean, yeah, but anyway.
Oh no, so you're just having a little asthma attack. I understand.
Yeah,
not funny.
Your boss doesn't like money?
He likes money well enough, but he makes it good enough. What he's doing. He's not gonna make any special trips for strangers, especially not psycho mages and their hired thugs. Judging by the looks of you, you're hired thugs.
Well,
yeah.
Technically, we haven't been paid yet, so.
No, don't say that. Just it makes us look like incompetent hired thugs.
And this is also true.
Could we talk to him directly?
Is
he around?
Pro bono thugs.
I was told not to let that psycho or any of his men across the river. The boss man had...
Val, did you already? Oh my god, Val, what did you do?
I don't know. This is the first time I've been here that I remember.
Oh lord.
That man...
I apologize.
You appear to misunderstand me, young'un. I speak of the mage. I speak of the mage who unleashed a beast upon the town last night.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Yeah, he does that from time to time.
Yeah, we don't like him either. He's a jackass.
Mr. Dan has no interest in transporting that beast up the stream to Tyaskeg. Business is hard enough as it is with them. They barely accept the supplies that we bring, let alone outsiders to the...
What if we told you that it would probably end with the jackass moose guy being killed? Would that change it at all?
We're not a body disposal service, if that's what you mean.
No. I just mean if you wanted to get rid of the guy forever. Not that we're, planning to do anything, but the most likely outcome of agreeing to the trip is that he'll never bother you again, one way or the other.
So what you're telling me, young'un, is that
you aim like 200 years old.
You don't look 200 years old to me, son.
I'm an elf. That's what I'm a woman.
You're a what?
First off, I'm a lady elf.
With a voice like that?
She ain't got no dangly bits.
No wonder you turned adventuring. Okay. So what you're telling me is that you want this guy. You want to take this guy up the stream, slice his throat, and dump him in the stream. And so what you want me to do is hop in a boat with you and go across the stream. Now,
we're not
young miss. It seems to me like I'd be a fool to agree to those terms. What's to stop you from slicing my throat when you get across, ruffian?
We're not slicing his throat. We're pro bono thugs, not idiots. He hired us to guide him through a dungeon, but the man is incompetent and a buffoon. We'll do our best to protect him, but nine chances out of 10 that he'll end up dying. If you don't agree to the trip, then he'll end up waiting around here and causing problems until he gets bored. I don't know.
Yeah, he might summon another moose.
It seems very likely.
So it would be easier to just get rid of him by, shoveling us across the brook here.
What he does,
even if he survives, he won't need to come back.
What he does ain't our business as long as it's not associated with us.
I mean,
no matter how good you are, and no matter how well you are, no matter how well you are at protecting him, you can't keep him safe from being turned away once we get to Tyaskeg. You can't keep us safe from losing their business for bringing strangers into our midst.
We'll deal with that part.
Could you drop us off near the town rather than in it? Would that protect your business?
That's talk for the boss man. I ain't been up the river in decades.
How do you people stay in business?
I personally have not been up the river in decades. What due to my rheumatism? The men who man the boats and take supplies up the river have been up there many times within the last few decades.
No.
I'm afraid I'm simply going to have to turn you all away.
Well, I guess we got to go talk to the boss then and see if he can change his mind. Mind pointing us in the way?
Where?
The boss.
Wait, who? Oh, you're looking for his boss?
Yeah, he said the boss.
Mr. Dan's in a warehouse, but I ain't taking you across, and he ain't taking my boat. So I hope you like to swim.
Not really. Thank you, though.
All right, let's beat it. Go talk to this Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Is he a half man? Half man Dan?
Yeah, I'd assume he's the halfling Dan. But yeah,
he's like a half orc, but he's half man. There's no other half. He's just half man.
Yes, he's a torso and a head and some arms.
Something like that. Okay, what do you? I don't know what to say.
Yeah. We're going in the warehouse.
Okay,
ring the bell.
There's a stream between you and there.
How the fuck are we gonna get to the warehouse?
Well, I'm gonna be straight. You have like two options here. I'll make it simple for you, Dad Frank, so you can understand. You could persuade the old man to take you across, or
steal the boat.
You could like brutalize him, or you could just like swim. Okay, those are three options. But
I hear option 1, steal the boat. Option 2, coerce him with threats of violence to get us across.
No.
Well, I mean, swimming's not that hard, but I don't like getting wet. Messes with my electricity.
How wide is this stream?
Not very. You could easily make the swim.
Yeah, screw it. I jump in.
What? He's very surprised you decided to jump in the stream. The water is swift, but it's not like impossible to swim against. Just it's also shallow enough in most places that you can pretty much touch the bottom with your toes.
Well, I mean, if she can touch it with her toes, then I can definitely touch it with my toes.
Yeah. You make your way across the stream and sort of clamber up onto the dock on the other side. And the old man sort of just like looking at you, like he's just like, what? What the hell did you just do?
You just lost a paycheck.
Yeah, I'm ignoring him.
Well, you never offered him
He is
any.
no longer relevant to my interests.
You never offered him any money.
Again, we were asking for a boat ride. He said no. We said, fuck you, we'll walk.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going into the warehouse to try and find Lieutenant Dan.
You walk in through the thick door. It's sort of an open space, mostly dockage, plankage type of stuff, with sort of a big open area with some boats suspended over the water. Crates and sacks are being moved around by a collection of big, burly fellows, supervised by a tiny, well-rounded halfling, advanced in years and suffering with some of the most brassest lungs you've ever heard. Sort of yelling them around, getting them moving, organizing supplies of various sorts. Looks like sacks of grain, bottled goods. You see some wine with a familiar logo on it from the one town that you passed by that was dead. That was the vineyard town. Stuff like that.
I approach the halfling and say, "Excuse me, Mr. Dan."
He turns. He wheels at you. What? He seems rather pissed to see you.
Hello, sir. My name is Aravel. We're looking to book passage to the town name who I've forgotten. I was told by your guy outside to come find you.
No! Get out of my warehouse! Did you swim across the stream to get here?
Yeah, man.
That water's gross! What's wrong with you?
Okay. Wait,
And?
is Val here too? I thought he stayed on the other side.
No, I walked.
Oh, okay. That was in character, by the way. I turn and I'm surprised that he's there.
My mama didn't raise no fool.
I
don't think that's
take
true.
Your scrawny ass out of here. You, big guy, want to earn a couple copper coins? I could use an extra set of hands.
I mean, I got two. Maybe a third.
He doesn't stay focused on you. He sort of turns and gets back to his work organizing.
So how much would you passage cost?
I'm not giving you passage. I cannot afford
it.
My business cannot afford it.
How much would it cost, though?
He stops what he's doing and he looks at you. I am not going to take two strangers up the river to Tayuskeg.
10.
It will cost me
10, actually.
10.
Sorry.
Are you working
for our party, not just for ourselves?
He sort of steps back. Are you working for that loony case? That loony case what tore up the town?
He's not paying us.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
9?
He's a jackass.
He's not paying you. So what you're telling me is I'm taking at least 3 loony cases up the river.
10 nutcases, yes.
I thought he only had the 6 orcs with him.
Listen.
Him, 6 orcs, us, and Ilaria.
Listen.
Oh, I thought we left her. She's
I
still at the
you
bar.
Were coming with us.
She's still at the
9
bar.
Listen to me, yes. You murder hobo bastards.
Listening.
I personally would be more than glad to lend a couple of lads to take you up the river. But I've got an incoming order from the neighboring town, loaded with supplies, wine, all sorts of stuff to take up the river to Tayuskeg. And I'm simply short on...
That sounds great. So how much is passage?
I'm short on manpower, I'm short on time, and I do not have the space for you on my boats to take you up the river right now. Come back in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so how much would passage cost?
I am not selling you passage. Cost of passage is negotiable.
How much are you asking for?
I'm not asking for any price. I'm not asking you for money.
Okay, and I'm asking for passage. How much would it cost? We're willing to pay.
Very well. How about
hypothetically.
my boys give you passage right out of my warehouse?
And to the town we're looking to get to. What was the name of the town again? I should stop saying the town we're looking to get to.
Turkey. Oh, okay. I was about to say something racist.
What?
Tyuskeg.
I have no idea what word you just said.
Tyuskeg.
Here, I'll write it on the ground for you. So you can be even more confused.
I was literally about to call it Turkestan.
You'll still pronounce it wrong.
Turkestan? That's a country.
Turdunkistan.
Oh, that's not a country. Okay.
Well, all right. We could give you some hands. We got 6 orcs boys that can load some stuff.
I'd consider it if it weren't for that. To be honest, I'd consider it if it weren't for that loon. I swear,
Again,
I can't afford to have him be associated with me with Tyuskeg. They're my only source of business.
We could have him. Him wear a bag over his head and keep him from talking for the duration of the journey. I'd be okay with that.
It isn't the journey.
What's worse?
It isn't the journey that I'm worried about. It's what he does once he's at Tyuskeg. Normally, I drop off travelers well before we reach Tyuskeg, and simply, whatever happens, I can just claim that I can just claim that they hired. Sorry. Name.
Again, what's worse? You doing business with him, or you not doing business with him, and he camping out in front of your stand with a moose?
Because he would.
He's not exactly in front of my stand. He's more in front of the town, some distance yonder. Also,
I'm sure he would set up in front of the boathouse and just demand that everyone take him.
Really, it's only a matter of time.
I turned him away once. Anyway, usually I drop off adventurers a little bit before Tyuskeg, and if anybody were to ask, I tell them they must have hired Corbin or Warby's Grove to get them that far away.
I mean, yeah, we can ditch before you guys get to the town itself, and we just walk in. We just go, "Oh, I've never met you before, good sir. Care to point me in the way of the town?"
I'm afraid I am not willing.
Wink.
All
nudge, nudge.
All things considered, I'm simply not willing to take that madman with me up the river to Tyuskeg. I have no qualms with any sort of business.
What if we bound him and stuck him in a trunk?
As I said before, it is not the journey that I am concerned about. It is what he will do once he's at Tyuskeg.
So why can't you just drop us off before Tyuskeg then? Like you said normally I would just do that, but
if that maniac rolls into Tyuskeg and starts a fuss, they may very well close off any business with outsiders. Even desperate for supplies as they are.
He doesn't have to come into the town. He just has to come with us.
It is literally where he is aiming to go. I do not think his plan was to march over to Tyuskeg and then camp outside the town walls until the wolves ate him. Or the ghosts.
I don't think
ghosts eat people?
I don't think that happens. You mean ghouls? Ghouls eat people. That's a thing.
They say the Lady of the Brook eats people.
She doesn't sound like a ghost. Maybe a fairy of some sort?
I never seen any fairies on the river. Heard they haunt the...
What I'm hearing from this is that Corbin would take us.
He'd take you for a price. The man's an old coot. Don't even know if he's still alive. He lives over yonder in Warby's Grove.
Do I know where that is?
Okay, hold on a second.
That isn't the old codger that we turned down a boat ride from earlier, was it?
No. Warby's Grove is a small village nestled into the edge of the haunted forest. All you need to do is take the trail to the west of here. Sorry, my directions got mixed up, and I was about to say east, and then I fixed myself. To the west of here. It's over a day's march, but From what I've heard, his services were worth the pay back in the day.
All right, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I wish I could help. I wish I could help you boys. I really do. But I can't afford to.
Nope.
I cannot afford to lose my business business with Tyeskeg. Also, his accent shifted a lot from when I started. I apologize for
that's
that.
fine.
That's fine.
At least I kept up the accent without losing my voice entirely. It's only half gone.
All right. We'll let you get back to your day then, and the least I can do is give you some silver for tolerating us. I hand him 5 silver pieces and turn to leave.
Yeah, he hands it back to you and says, "Give these to any men you see in town who seem. If you meet any, give this to anybody you see who seems idle and willing to work. We're short on hands here. And we're expecting a shipment from the neighboring town any other day. Fine wines from the vineyards and some food supplies for Tyeskeg."
I'm already gone.
What did I call
I
it?
walked away as
What
he
did-
was talking.
Out of curiosity, what did I name that town? Vineyardsburg or whatever? You guys were
I don't
sort
know.
of
What
right
town?
by. It was the town that he's talking about the town that the castle replaced. I'm trying to remember what I named it, but it's been so many.
I think
Wait.
it's Vineyards
The
or whatever.
town that Corbin lives in?
It's not the town that Corbin lives in. It's the town he's expecting a shipment from.
Oh, okay.
Is his last name any by
Would've been
chance
so
Dallas?
upset.
So y'all head out. You're standing on the one side of the brook, and you see on the other side that the old man, once startled, has fallen asleep. Once all started and whatever, after he's asleep.
Oh, okay.
He's sleeping on
Cool.
the other side. Yeah,
I kick his boat.
that's
Don't-
So are you saying you attempt a leap kick across the brook, or that you swim over there to
No.
kick his? Okay.
We swam across again.
Okay, you swim across again. As you're swimming, Dad Frank, you get this sort of a metallic hint in the water that seems familiar to you. A strange metallic sort of taste in the back of your mouth. Not like any lead or metal that you're familiar with. It's that strange. It's this strange taste, but it reminds you of metal. Is what I'm trying to say.
Is it blood from the techno god?
It's not like blood from the techno god. You know the taste of blood. This is not it. Yeah, you know the taste of blood from all the times your mom's lover beat you up on the playground. Yeah, that's where you are. You cross
I mean, do I recognize the taste or not? Like,
it's a vaguely familiar taste. You feel like you've tasted it somewhere else before. Is what I'm saying.
cool story, bro. Could be anywhere.
I'm giving you pieces of the mystery. Ooh. Ooh. But you didn't even realize there was a mystery. Ooh.
No,
That's just how dumb you are. Ooh. 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 The ghost. Okay, the ghost is gonna. All right. So he gave you directions to the trailhead of Corbin's Grove. Unfortunately, it's on the other side of the brook. But you just swam across again.
Meh.
So are you gonna? What is your plan? Are you gonna go grab Illyria? Are you just gonna try and make your way to the town just to see what's up yourself? Or
It sounds like it'll take at least a couple of days to arrange everything.
yeah, it's a day's journey there.
Yeah.
The alchemist is ready to go. Ron, I think I got him.
We might as well grab him in Illyria.
All right. When you arrive at Rawl, it's like noonish. He's got a little bit of a lunch spread in front of him. He offers you some food. Some spicy
No, thank you.
meats. Very well. More for me, he says. He asks what you have found.
So, let's see. The ferry owner in town is a jackass. But he said that there was another ferry owner who we might be able to talk to in a nearby town who might take us.
A guide, you mean? Yeah,
I thought we were looking for ferry owners to take us there.
Corbin isn't a ferry owner. He's a guide. Who presumably
Ah.
who's presumably capable of leading people through a secret path all the way to the very outer reaches of it, anyway. He does have a reputation for it, according to what the ferry owner said. Why can't I erase that? Die, stupid circles. Ah. Yeah. All right. He says that he's interested. You know, what's another day? What's another day looking for a way into the wilderness? Compared to, you know, 3 wishes.
Yeah.
All right. He says he's ready to go when you are, and asks if you're planning on leaving your friend behind. After all,
We'll grab her.
all she seems to have done is drink and ditch out. After all.
Hope is that if we bring her somewhere where alcohol isn't readily available, she'll sober up and be useful again.
All right.
That's what I'm hoping for, at least.
All right. Okay, so you head in. You return to the inn. Upon returning, the barkeeper seems sad that you're leaving. It says that she personally thanks you for your aid, the aid that you've given the town in your confrontation of that moose. It's a brave thing you did, and she offers you your 3 silver pieces back, and sort of the rest of your room and board and stuff is free. Yeah, she's offering you your money back if you're interested.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. She gives you the 3 silver back, which is what you paid for rooms. Did you pay 3 silver or did you pay 6 silver? I'm trying to remember. I'm saying it because I saw it just last night. I was looking at it.
Didn't we pay for 2 rooms?
I don't.
6.
Okay, 6 silver. She gives you 6 silver back. And says to come again. Wishes you a safe journey. Y'all head back out of the town. Pretty uneventful. You know, the fat dude at the gate sneers at you. You know, people are just doing their regular business stuff, not really giving a shit. You meet with Raul. He follows you back towards the brook. You sort of find a shallow spot, and he like casts a little ice spell, and y'all walk across the ice. That's how you get across the brook away. Okay. So you look over your shoulder, and as the afternoon sort of starts to come in, he starts to get afternoony. You leave the town of Brookside behind you. Perhaps for the last time. Bum bum bum.
Dun dun.
Okay.
Yeah, indeed.
Alright, I'm erasing the town of Brookside because we have other shit that it's gonna be a while. Unless you just decide to run back to Brookside. And I'll just build it again.
Nope.
Okay. Before I continue, about how much longer do we want to go?
I mean, it's up to you.
I'm good to go for
I'm leaning towards not much.
Okay.
I would want to start the next session with 3 players, either because what's his face comes back or we get someone new. 2 players is kind of pushing.
Yeah. I'd say this is a good enough place to stop.
Yeah.
It's sort of immediately before an encounter, so we'll be good.
Again, we can either ditch Arabella at the bar or we can pick up somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm Maribel.
You can still ditch Aravel at the bar.
Hilarious.
We just randomly.
Okay.
I'm gonna ditch you there too. You watch the booze hand.
Yep. Well, that's how it ends. Y'all are walking onto the fringe woods trail, heading toward Warby's Grove. All right. Like if you like. Subscribe for the vibe. This would be like a 40-minute session. That's actually really nice. It's like not 3 hours long. It's like the best session ever.
And nobody said.
Okay, I'm gonna need to cut that little bit out because
Yeah, that's not something I'm proud of.
we're on the fucking internet, Dad Frank. Fucking child. Okay.
I improved the internet. What are you talking about?
Like if you like, subscribe for the vibe, comment this moment. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your interest. Special thanks to Mike Robb for joining us, and Dad Frank for not ditching out on us, and a special thank you to Sean for being a very active part of our team and always showing up for every single session, which we plan usually every Sunday, unless we talk differently.
Again, let the man get his dick wet.
I don't think that's what he's doing this time. I don't think he's getting laid this time. I think this time he's just partying. Like that's literally, he was like, "Oh no, I made alternative plans." So maybe, I don't know.
I would pass if he was, getting his dick wet, but I mean, if not, nah.
Yeah, I doubt it. He's not that much of a he is, but anyway, thank you so much. Have a good day. Peace.